Hi there, Stacie Tatera here for your weekly Angel Oracle card reading, the week of Monday, June the 10th. We are motoring through June quite quickly, and I looked at the date because it's been going so fast, and I almost can't believe that it's the 10th of June already. But I hope you're having a good month. A lot of energy swirling around. I have been hearing that from a lot of people, clients included, friends, kind of wondering what's going on energetically right now. A lot of emotions. And I think I did mention that June was going to be a heart emotional integration month. And for a lot of us, it's a lot of work. And so there's a lot of emotion behind it, a lot of things coming up to the surface, things that we need to deal with, we're being asked to deal with. Sometimes that stuff comes out physically, sometimes emotionally, sometimes both. So I hope whatever it is that you're feeling, whether it's awesomeness or greatness or a little bit of struggle or trying to figure things out, that you find your balance in all of that, and soon. And I just posted on my Facebook page an excerpt from Matt Kahn addressing the energy of this month, and I have not seen him do that before. So I thought, he's wanting to share some things because it's intense right now. So if you are feeling that, just take, comfort in knowing that there are other people feeling it the same way and in the same boat, and we're trying to manage it and get through it with as much ease and grace as possible. And just a reminder, always ask your team for help and support when you need it. So this week, I wanted to pull the Spirit Animal Oracle cards from Colette Baron Reed. Felt very guided to pull from the animal energy for this week. So we'll see when these cards pop. They're kind of going all over the place right now. If you're looking to find me, you can find me at milwaukeemedium.com. All of my services are listed there, as well as scheduling options. So I kind of want to just quick address that. My schedule lists out 14 weeks, okay? I had to pull it back just a little bit because it was getting a little too far ahead of where I needed to be with my own planning for my family and the fall. So right now you can schedule out 14 weeks. If you go to the website and it says that nothing is available, it's because nothing at this point is open, but each day, each week, more dates are released as they become open, as that 14-week window expands, okay? That's the way the scheduling system is set up. I've asked that they do a hard date so that I can stop scheduling from a specific date on. It just doesn't allow me to do that. So I'm working within a platform that I'm kind of at the mercy of their setup. So trying to manage that the best way I can. But just wanted to kind of address that. I've been getting some phone calls and questions around the scheduling. So just understand that it goes out 14 weeks. If there's nothing there, the dates will continue to open up. You just have to check back. And it was just kind of, I was into September and even October, and it's only June. So I'm so thrilled that we're that busy, but I need to plan out classes and some other things for my family and so on and so forth. So I appreciate your patience and flexibility with that. 3 cards came up, so let's go ahead and get started on that. I do just want to say that if you do have any questions around scheduling, or if you need to do something with a group of 4 or more, 5 people or more, just call me and we'll get that scheduled individually. And then also, any other questions about any classes. I did just schedule a Reiki 2 class in September and a Reiki 1 class in October. Been getting some requests to do some more Reiki classes, and I needed to get those situated. So you'll notice that they are now open for signing up and deposits, okay? So beautiful deck that we're working with today. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle card deck by Colette Baron Reed. So let's see what we got. Okay, so the first card this week is Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Okay, so what this tells me in terms of the messaging behind the beginning of the week is that we want to make sure that we're taking care of the little things. And the first thing I'm hearing too is that we really want to be sure and keep true to our commitments to ourselves. And sometimes they can be viewed as like small things or not as important things. So one of the messages that I'm getting is don't deny yourself the care that you need, the rest that you need. Take care of the small things, and it could be as simple as cleaning out a closet or a cupboard. It could be picking up the book that you've been putting off because you want to read or you want to order it online. So it's tending to the small things. Mice are small creatures, but you know, they're busy and they're working hard. And so I feel like this card just reminds us, again, taking care of ourselves, taking care of the small things. Is it, you know, that you've put off planting a garden, now that's something that you really want to do? Is it planting flowers? Again, those types of things maybe seem like lower down on the priority pole, and they may be, depending on what's going on with your life. But this is a reminder to tend to those small things, the little things that that really do add a lot of happiness and joy into your life, okay? So making time to do that this week. Swan Spirit. I love Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Okay, just like I was talking about before we started to do this reading, Swan Spirit, swans are gorgeous and they're elegant, and when you watch them, they're very graceful. And I love this card because this swan particularly is surrounded by these beautiful flowers. And time for a deep dive is we have to dive into our emotional stuff. We have to dive into the things that we can no longer put aside. And it's important that we look at the healing that needs to be done, as well as the changes that we know we need to make or implement in our life. And that for many of us is diving deep. It's going into areas and places emotionally that you may not have gone before, that you may not have looked at before. This is where we are, folks, and nobody is immune to having to do their work. And this is something that I talk about. I was talking about it this morning on the phone with my mom, that, you know, we as humans do not like to feel pain. We have a hard time with dealing with our own emotions. And absolutely, it's hard and it hurts. But there are things that if we're able to look at them and work through them and really come out on the other side, we free ourselves up for more possibility, for more love, for more peace, for more abundance, right? So this card is really asking us this week specifically that it's really going to be a time to dig and dive deep into ourselves, into our emotions, into maybe situations that you have been a part of that you no longer want to be a part of, or things that you want to get involved in or with. It could be about a work project, or you really thinking about, do I really want to stay in this job anymore? I know I want to do something entrepreneurial. I want to write that book. That's the kind of stuff that Spirit's asking us to dive into. But it's with beauty and with grace. And so what I'm hearing is, don't be afraid of this process. They're saying to just be able to allow it to flow. And once again, with swan, you're on the water. There's always that flow, that liquidity, that things are just moving with grace and going over any and all obstacles that it needs to go around, right? So remembering in this process of diving deep and going inside that you are supported, okay? And so the next card is Wombat Spirit, be at home. So this kind of makes me laugh because Friday I'm actually going home. I'm driving out east to Baltimore for almost 2 weeks to visit family and friends, and that kind of right away I'm like, well, that resonates for me because I'm going home, right? I will literally and physically be at where I was born and grow up, but this is obviously my home in Milwaukee right now. but Baltimore's always kind of my home, right? So the wombat spirit is asking us, and I love this wombat has like this little crown and the jewels sitting on the third eye. So there's a little bit of messaging around that, especially as I get drawn into that third eye, is using your intuition. Using your intuition should be something that you feel at home with. That should come, if you're working on that, or if that's something that you're interested in, is to make that more of a natural process for you, right? Is using your third eye, using that intuition, trusting that intuition, is that something that you're comfortable doing? But the other piece of it too is being at home, a couple different things. So one of the things that I think a lot of us do is we run all the time. We're constantly on the move. I am incredibly guilty of that with 2 children and a business and life and work and just everything, right? So what this card tells us is that when's the last time you just spent some time in your home, when you did what you could to even create a new or a more peaceful vibe in your home, right? So are you remodeling? Are you doing some painting or changing as we move into spring and summer? What are you doing to create your home to be a place where you would want to go and retreat, not a place where you don't want to be because it's not home. It maybe doesn't feel like home. And also it could be that you're moving, right? What are you doing? Is it time to find a new location? But whatever it is, it's finding that home place, to find yourself feeling comfortable in your environment and doing what you need to do in order to make things comfortable in your environment. That's really the messaging and the energy I'm feeling about this card. But a lot of times, because we are so busy, we don't spend a lot of time at home. And I love my house. This is where I do my readings each Monday. I enjoy my home. I change and shift things when I need to, to keep things comfortable. My husband's the master cleaner or organizer, so I rely on him to help me with that a lot. And he does, which is great because it helps me to do everything else I need to do with the kids and such. But, it's like, being at home is really an internal emotional kind of place. It's a mindset, if you will. And so maybe you're in an environment where it doesn't feel like home because it isn't home, and they're encouraging you to just bring in that love and that that high vibrational energy that maybe you feel when you are in your home, and bringing that wherever it is you need to go, so that you feel like you are at home. But again, I do feel like it's strongly like slow down, spend some time in your home, enjoy the space, enjoy the energy. If you're in your house all the time, then maybe you need to get out, right? Especially as this weather's breaking. So, you can use this message based on where you are in your life and the space that you're in. But I feel like it really is that internal emotional perspective of being at home no matter what your environment is, right? So lots of messages around the be at home card, but I can tell you for sure, I always feel like the cards tell a story, tending to the small things, taking care of yourself, taking care of things that maybe you didn't feel were important, but they are. And then this week you're diving in, you're diving deep, you're solving problems, you're digging in, you're really looking at yourself, your environment, the things and the people going, what's going on around you, and really doing some emotional soul searching even to figure out, where you want to go, what do you want to do. So many of us live in that fear and anxiety space, and many times it's because we're not in alignment emotionally, because we don't want to look at those things that are behind those closed doors emotionally. I don't want to go there. It's too much. We have to start going there. Okay. And there are tools that you can do to be able to manage that. I'm a big fan of counseling, talking to somebody, journaling, also doing what you can to have energy work done, just massage, those types of things really do kind of bring us back to ourself. Meditation, prayer, of course, being in nature, all that stuff is important. So as you're digging deep, as you're deep diving, right, as you're getting into the nitty gritty, do what you can to know that you're supported. Don't look at it as a daunting type of process, even though it can feel that way. But you can do it, and that's what Spirit wants you to know. And you come out beautiful, right? Like the swan. And then you are at home, right? You feel more at home when you do that work. So again, the home card is about us internally, but also externally as far as, you know, what are you doing in your home to create a feeling of peace, so that when you're there, you feel comfortable. And looking at maybe how furniture's set up, who's living in your home space, does that need to change? So some things to think about. So really great messages for this week. I know we have a full moon coming up. I've heard it's going to be pretty intense. I think it's around the 21st, I think. I know I'm gone during the full moon. So I'm sure in the next week or two, we'll start to feel a little bit of that energy starting to come in as well. But take advantage of it, right? So great messages for the week. Just a reminder that I will not be doing an angel card reading the week of the 17th. I will be on vacation. I'm actually headed back on the 24th. So if I get a reading in the week of the 24th, it'll be either Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. So just a couple days late. And if I can't get to it, I'll let you know. But my intention is to definitely be off next week, and then the following week, a little bit later, I'll get your reading in. Again, you can find me at milwaukeemedium.com. I hope these messages are helpful for you. I know they always are insightful. For me, I have people contact me throughout the week and tell me that this has been very helpful for them. That's why I continue to do these readings. People look forward to that. So thank you for tuning in. And it's just kind of nice to see what to expect in the next week, and then even apply these types of messages and insights throughout the month as well, and our life every day, right? So if you're interested in learning more about angel cards, I'm doing a class July 23rd. Everything's listed on my website. Go to schedule now, look for classes. Reiki's there, all of my classes. I'm in the process of pinning down Halloween Circle, another spiritual foundation class in October and November. So just keep an eye out for those classes that should be being scheduled in the next month or so, if not sooner. So have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. You can find me at milwaukeemedium.com or stacietatera.com. And again, if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me or message me on Facebook. But I hope you have a fantastic week. Enjoy the weather. It's beautiful out there. And if you're starting to go on vacations or do those fun things for summer, enjoy yourself. And just, you know, do what you need to do to take care of yourself, okay? Take good care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.